Real Madrid or Atletico, who will advance? History favors Real Madrid, and the Champions League pedigree has always been in their DNA. Atletico, however, has home advantage and the burning desire for a comeback. But is that enough to overcome the city rivals who have haunted them time and time again? The first leg ended 2-1 in favor of Real Madrid, not an overwhelming advantage, but sufficient to put Atletico in a tough spot. Los Blancos have progressed 21 out of 22 times when winning the first leg in the Champions League, with Mbappe, Vinicius, and Bellingham ready to capitalize on any defensive lapse. Atletico Madrid faces an uphill battle. They will fight with everything they have. But the Champions League mentality and experience of Real Madrid could prove decisive. Will things be as straightforward for Los Blancos, or will Atletico push them to the limit? The answer awaits at the Metropolitano. This second leg is more than just an opportunity for Diego Simeone and his players to mount a comeback. It is a battle for survival in European competition. Atletico Madrid has not lost a Champions League knockout match at home in 28 years, a staggering statistic that even Real Madrid must respect. History has a cruel way of mocking dreamers, and if there's one lesson Atletico has learned in this tournament, it is the unforgiving reality of facing Real Madrid. 3 knockout meetings, 3 painful eliminations. In Lisbon 2014, Diego Simeone's Warriors were seconds away from glory, only for Sergio Ramos' 93rd-minute header to shatter their dreams. Real Madrid went on to win 4-1 in extra time, securing La Decima. In Milan 2016, Atletico held firm for 120 minutes, only to fall to Cristiano Ronaldo's decisive penalty. In the 2017 semifinals, a 2-1 home win wasn't enough to overturn a 0-3 first-leg defeat, sealing another heartbreak. Atletico Madrid, once again, were left on the outside looking in. However, if history can repeat itself, it can also be rewritten. The Metropolitano is a fortress, especially in the Champions League knockout rounds. Over 28 years, Atletico Madrid has never lost a home knockout match, a remarkable record in modern football. Just last season, Inter Milan arrived in Madrid with a 1-0 first-leg advantage but were overwhelmed by Atletico's relentless spirit, eventually bowing out on penalties after a 2-1 loss. If Inter could fall, why not Real Madrid? Yet, Ancelotti's men are no strangers to protecting a lead. They have advanced 21 out of 22 times after winning the first leg in the Champions League, the only exception being the shocking loss to Ajax in 2019. If Atletico wishes to change the narrative, they need more than resilience, they need a historic night, a moment of magic. Momentum can be either a weapon or a burden. Atletico Madrid has built a reputation as warriors in the Champions League, striking fear into Europe's elite. Yet, when it matters most, they find themselves in a paradox: dominant in Europe but inconsistent in La Liga. Atletico has won 5 of their last 6 Champions League games, defeating tough opponents like Lazio, Feyenoord, and Celtic. However, their recent La Liga form is concerning, with a bitter loss to Getafe despite leading until the 88th minute. Dropping crucial points and losing psychological momentum before their biggest game of the season, is this a sign of decline? On the other hand, Real Madrid arrives at the Metropolitano with a flawless Champions League record, 6 wins in 6 matches. More importantly, they have developed a habit of winning when it matters. Yet, despite their impressive results, cracks remain. The narrow 2-1 victory over Rayo Vallecano exposed defensive vulnerabilities, with their opponents enjoying more possession and unleashing 20 shots, troubling Madrid's defense throughout the second half. Another concern for Los Blancos is their dismal record at the Metropolitano in the Champions League. They have never won there in European competition. If there's one place where Ancelotti's squad feels uncomfortable, it's here. To continue their Champions League journey, Real Madrid must overcome their ghosts of the past, while Atletico must prove that their recent domestic stumbles are not signs of collapse. As the match enters its decisive phase, squad depth and player availability become crucial. Both teams suffer significant losses, but the quality of the encounter remains intact. This is the moment for star players to step up. For Atletico Madrid, the most significant absence is Coke, the midfield leader who dictates their rhythm. Without him, Atletico loses an essential link in their system. However, Simeone still has warriors like Julian Alvarez, who has scored 7 goals in 9 Champions League matches, and Antoine Griezmann, their most experienced attacker. Though not physically imposing, their intelligence, movement, and finishing ability could disrupt Real Madrid's defense. Real Madrid also faces challenges, particularly the absences of Dani Carvajal and Eder Militao. While Militao is a defensive anchor in big matches, Carvajal's presence at right back provides stability. Yet, their attack remains formidable. Kylian Mbappe leads the line, Jude Bellingham returns from suspension, bringing energy and control, while Rodrygo and Vinicius will use their pace and flair to unlock Atletico's defense. Atletico Madrid is expected to deploy a 4-4-2 formation, with Jan Oblak as the reliable guardian between the posts. The defensive line will consist of Molina, Jimenez, Lenormand, and Javi Galán. In midfield, Simeone will rely on Llorente, De Paul, and Lino to dictate play and support the striking duo of Julian Alvarez and Antoine Griezmann. Real Madrid will likely line up in a 4-2-3-1 system, with Thibaut Courtois in goal. A defensive quartet of Valverde, Asensio, Rudiger, and Mendy will provide cover, while Tchouaméni and Camavinga dictate the tempo from midfield. The attacking trio of Rodrygo, Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr. will support Mbappe in the final third. Under Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid remains faithful to disciplined and pragmatic football, rarely flashy but ruthlessly efficient. They play like predators, patiently waiting for their opponents' mistakes before delivering the killing blow. Julian Alvarez and Antoine Griezmann provide a lethal edge, as seen in Alvarez's clinical finish at the Bernabeu. But Atletico's strength isn't just in attack. Jimenez, Lenormand, and Molina form a defensive wall, turning the Metropolitano into an impenetrable fortress. However, their counter-attacking approach can be problematic when forced to take the initiative. Despite having experienced midfielders like Rodrygo De Paul and Marcos Llorente, they lack a true creative playmaker, making it difficult to break down pressing opponents. On the other hand, Real Madrid will impose their usual dominant style. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Bellingham will control possession. However, despite their attacking firepower, defensive frailties remain, especially with Carvajal and Militao missing. If Atletico stays patient and executes a disciplined counter-attacking plan, gaps will open in Madrid's defense. A single moment of brilliance from Griezmann or Alvarez could tilt the balance. Can Atletico Madrid break the Champions League curse and use their Metropolitano fortress to overturn the tie? Or will Real Madrid, with their unmatched knockout pedigree, once again force their city rivals to bow? A moment of Mbappe magic, a Griezmann strike, or a decisive mistake, one action could determine the fate of both teams. History will be written at the Metropolitano, but who will own the next chapter?